All right, all right, all right. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and extinct birds of all ages. I am Uncle Slam. This is a game about dodos, and behind me I have a friend who I assume wants to say hi.
Hi, I'm Oscar424, and I'm the connoisseur of puns, so I pray nothing unpheasant happens to you.
And what are your qualifications for being here, Oscar?
We both roll a game with toilet paper.
Very true. Look it up. Anyway, so all levels in New Game Plus, I'm basically just going to be beating all 60 levels in the game, and we'll just get into it here. So time will start as soon as I get control of the Dodo in the first level. There will also be a timer in the upper right corner, so watch out for that too. In 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Good luck!
Thank you, thank you. So you'll notice very quickly here that this game is kind of a mashup of Cubert and Frogger. So you'll see at the beginning of each level that the eggs that are, initially safely housed in the cabin, or whatever you want to call that, hobble off on their own because reasons, and it's up to the mother dodo to go retrieve them and bring them back to safety. And as soon as we collect an egg, it'll hatch and turn into a baby dodo, and that will actually extend our hitbox by 1 whole cell. So all the while, I need to make sure that both the mother dodo and all of the babies do not get hit by any enemies, obstacles, etc. Because if that happens, then I need to restart the whole level over, because there's no health, it's just 1 hit, you're done. So yeah, these boulders, for example, it doesn't matter if I get past it, all of the baby dodos need to as well. Should also probably get into what makes this the New Game Plus category. So all these coins you see that I'm collecting, they don't really matter to the run during the run, but they're used to unlock skins. So each of those have different skins, like these firemen, for example, and to unlock those skins with the currency you collect in the game. And what skin you have actually does determine what speed you go at, and there are 2 in particular that have the fastest speed. So there's the gold dodo I'm using right now, and there's one called the cosmic dodo. And I just prefer using the gold dodo because that's my favorite kind of split.
As you should.
You've also got those bandana ones. Yeah, there are a lot. You'll see them in the load-in screens quite a bit.
Yeah, the whole family of dodos in those loading screens look like they're about ready to brawl, and I am 100% here for it.
Either that or they're experiencing a flashback of sorts. Like, I can't tell. Anyway, going into this next level, we're going to see the first of 2 different power-ups that you can get in this game, and that is the melon slice. As soon as we get the melon slice, we will get a very absurd amount of speed here. So since I eat it here, bam. Go slightly more than double our initial speed. So as you might imagine, that's very helpful for the speed run.
I like how as soon as you say that, it's like, these spikes are going to say, actually, no, you have to hold on for a quick second.
Yeah, unfortunately, cycles are still a thing, but it is what it is. We still get the melon, and the melon is cool. Then it won't be long before we see the second power-up, but that'll come a bit later.
It's a fun one.
So one thing I should point out is that there are cycles we can kind of manipulate in this game. So I'm going to restart at the start of this next level, and that's because the first time you load a level in, it'll take a little bit for things to get rolling. But if you reset after everything's already loaded, everything will be on a slightly earlier part of their cycle. So there will be a boulder on the right side of this map here that if I don't reset, I can't quite squeeze past it, and I would need to wait about like 3 seconds. Yeah, there it is right there. And I could barely squeeze past it, but the babies couldn't. So resetting there actually just takes less time than waiting for the boulder, so there will be a few levels where we do that later.
And I really love that, like, for those of you watching this at home, watch the the celebratory comments at the end of each level. There's some pretty good puns in there, so keep an eye on that.
And if I have clean enough movement here, I might have screwed it up, but no, okay. I was hoping to beat the spike cycle, but
Still peak performance.
Yeah. Only loses like half a second if you miss it, so it's not a big deal. So World 2 here introduces the monkey enemy, and the monkey is kind of RNG, kind of not. So if you're far enough away from it, they'll just like hop around randomly, like with no real rhyme or reason. But as soon as you get within their aggro range, they will try to close the gap between themselves and the mother dodo as quickly as possible. But luckily they're pretty slow overall, so it's not a huge deal. Here we can actually get kind of screwed by really bad RNG. That was not terrible. Perfect.
Ooh, nice.
Baby, baby, baby. And then coming into level 13 here, this is where we see the second power-up. So the second power-up is this invincibility fruit. As soon as we eat it, we get this wonderfully sparkly design. It basically works like the stars in Mario, where as long as they're active, you're completely invincible. All the babies are too, importantly. So any obstacles will just bash right through. Any enemies we will also destroy. I do want to point out there, you might have noticed when I defeated that first monkey that the game did slow down a little, and that's kind of to insinuate, oh, you got to kill, good job. and highlight it, but that does slow the game down a bit, so I'm gonna try to avoid hidden enemies with it as much as I reasonably can. I do also want to point out that that doesn't actually affect the timer when you're going for ILs. So whether or not you go through them, it doesn't really matter if you're going for IL records.
I like how this game is channeling like its inner FPS, like celebrate the kill with just the slow-mo replay. It's like we're dodos. It's okay.
It's like I didn't realize you cared about kills.
Right?
So I do want to point out that being the Dodo expert that I am, I do have some fun facts prepared for this run. So if you all want to write this down, this will be on the test later. Did you know that the scientific name for the dodo is Raphis cucullatus?
I wouldn't even know how to spell that.
And that's why I had to write it down to make sure I didn't butcher the pronunciation.
I'd be someone that put it in like a search engine and be like, could you say this for me really quickly?
Yeah, I don't even know how to get dodo from that. Like, it doesn't even share any of the same letters.
Look, I come from a chemistry background, so don't even ask how some of the periodic table, like the elemental symbols match the words, aside from, well, Latin.
Yeah, I love Latin.
It makes sense.
And then, so level 19 here, I'm gonna do a little bit of a, oh, actually, no, sorry, that's a level early. This level is kind of interesting, though, because it's, I believe, the first instance we see the melon and the invincibility fruit at once. And if you kill an enemy while you're going quick, it can really mess with, oh my gosh, I barely made that spike cycle.
Nice.
All right, so this is level 19. So here I'm going to do a little bit of a manipulation up in the upper left here, so I'm going to go back and forth just a little bit, and that's to get the monkeys to go in that direction, because there's a fruit that spawns here that if they overlap, the monkey takes precedence over the fruit, and going through here without the invincibility is an absolute death sentence.
Well done.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, level 20 here is probably one of the most precise in terms of the movement you need, because I need to make sure I don't stop at all until I get past the spikes at the bottom on my way to the left side. So I'll see if I can do that here. All right, so far so good. Oh man.
No.
So that boulder hit me the same frame I collected the fruit, and
no.
yeah, obstacles do take precedence over that, so that's all right. We'll get on a slightly slower cycle here, but at the very least, it's a little safer. Yeah, going on the cycles I was talking about before, if you do die in a level, you're not meant to reset, and then you do have to adjust your movement just a little bit, but we've got backup strats, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
So, World 3 introduces the worst enemy in gaming, these lizards. So about 80% of the time they cooperate. The other 20% of the time they can do one of three things. One, they can just stop randomly for a few seconds, which completely offsets their cycle. They can turn around randomly, which will completely mess up their cycles. Or when they start moving at the start of the level, they can move in the exact opposite direction they're supposed to.
Random enemy movement, I would never know about that.
Yep, and I have never once lost a run to them at all. No, sir.
Nope. We don't talk about those.
And I'm not going to congratulate them on cooperating until we're out of this world, because I know what will happen if I do.
And are they only in this world?
No, we will see them a little bit later. World 6, actually, which, oh, yep, there's a pause. Yep, the lizards are acting awful lizard-like today.
Can I hop in real quick with a non-Dodo related fun fact?
100%.
Fun fact, we just got the upgrade to normal difficulty incentive met for Little Samson. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. That is $3,000 to Doctors Without Borders for that incentive. Thank you all so much. That's going to be an absolute treat.
Let's go. Good job, guys. Oh, what in the world? Oh, so the turn in this game's a little weird. So you have to, there's like a 5-frame window where you have to release the button you're holding and then the direction you want to move in. It's kind of jank. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's something you really have to get used to. But yeah, these next few levels are pretty self-explanatory. So spef, now is a fantastic time for some donations.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to read you some donations. We had $150 come in from New TZ, who says, so this is what peak performance looks like. Jokes aside, super proud of you, man. Best of luck, and I hope you fly through this run. Or don't fly? Oh, never mind.
Thanks, Newtsy. Appreciate you.
We also have $100 that came in from Dylan Drea that says, we've got 9 people on vacation for the US holiday and we have GDQ on the living room TV like it's the Olympics. Thank you all for this amazing show and for being so welcoming and accepting of everyone. Well, thank you so much for that generous donation, Dylan Drea. We also had $500 come in from Gannon11 to help us meet that Little Samson incentive that just said, let's go Ryan Ford and Little Samson. Good luck, have fun. Thank you so much for that generous donation and for helping us meet that incentive. Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
See, it looks like those lava spurts, they don't activate until you step on them.
That is correct. So we do have a little bit of time to get past them when we need to. We can do like 2 more donations probably.
Awesome. We have $25 from Anonymous, who says, thank you for putting on such a wonderful event for a great cause every year. Well, thank you so much, Anonymous. And we also had another anonymous donation come in for $250 with no comment, but we very much appreciate your generous donation. And remember, you do not need to add a comment. You do not need to tell us who you are. You can always donate anonymously. Every single dollar counts and goes directly towards a great cause.
I'd say, Chet, you are quite a hoot with all of those loony jokes, so keep those puns coming.
I'm so glad I have you as a co-commentator.
I'm so glad we mind melded before that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, by the way, would you guys all like your second Dodo fact of the day?
Yes.
All right. So, back when the Dodo was still alive and roaming this earth, they were only native to the island of Mauritius, which is just off the coast of Madagascar.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. Although, much like this world, Mauritius was home to a volcano, so one can only wonder how they went extinct. Speaking of volcanoes, so this level we need to reset because there's a bunch of volcanic rock that will chase us down the mountain. You'll see it in a second here, and if I don't reset, then it will catch us basically immediately. So.
And you'll see how they go extinct.
All right, and made it home.
Ooh,
Let's go,
nice.
Dodo-tastic. All right, so World 4 introduces these crab enemies. They're actually pretty easy to deal with because they will only move when the Dodo moves, and they will always try to move in the opposite direction. So if the Dodo moves down, they'll try to move up. If the Dodo moves left, they'll try to move right, et cetera, et cetera. So you can pretty easily just go to one end of the map and then keep all the crabs away from you.
Would you say this is like the prequel to Another Crab's Treasure?
I'm not gonna deny it. Yeah, so this world, because of those crab enemies, does have like some of the most precise routing, but like it's not super technical. You just have to memorize where you're going. So this is one of the easier levels or easiest worlds in my personal opinion. And in level 34, that actually introduces a pretty neat mechanic that we only see in 2 levels. I'll explain that more when we get there, but yeah. This level is pretty cool because it's way more open. I personally prefer the more open levels than the ones that are like, okay, this is very clearly how you're meant to go down them. Because it kind of reminds me of more of Frogger than anything else, right? Which is, of course, what this game's going for. Yeah, so 34 introduces these buttons that will shift the elevation of certain platforms. So, you know, it's a very basic mechanic, but it really works in a game like this. Yeah, so after I collect this egg, just gonna hit the button and boop, now I can get the other one in the upper left.
My
Yeah,
headcanon is that that's just going to make a booping noise from here on out. I'm not here for it.
I can do that. It's only in 2 levels. Boop. Boop. Okay, I'm done. For now.
Boop, boop.
Yeah. It's only used in 2 levels, but the other level can soft lock because of it, so I can only imagine why they decided to only use 2 levels for it.
Probably took 2 levels to realize, oh, this is a problem.
Yeah, so the next level is basically an auto-scroller, so as long as I don't make any bird-brained moves, it would also be a good time for some donations.
Dodo-tastic. We have $50 from Phaeton that says, I don't know what I'm watching, but I'll donate anyway. Well, thank you so much for those wonderful Dodo puns. Please keep them coming, and please continue to donate to Doctors Without Borders. We also have a new incentive open now that we've met the Little Samson incentive for the bonus twist level in Quake 2 Enhanced. If we can make it to $15,000 by that run later today, we will unlock that additional level. So get those donations in. Remember to put them towards the incentive if you want to see that later today for Quake 2. We also had $25 come in from D. Shenlong. It says, here's some eggs for your Dodo donations. Well, thank you so much for that generous Dodo donation. Matt also sent in $75 saying, good morning, everyone. Hello, good morning, everyone. SGDQ is my favorite time of year. Good luck to all the runners. Thank you so much, Matt. And me too. SGDQ is also my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
Then one more.
All right. We had $500 with no comment come in from A17 Tabris. Thank you so much for that $500 donation. Incredibly generous. And again, no comment is needed. Thank you again.
Anonymous, you're pulling weight. Thank you.
Right?
So this level has a lot of these cycles. We don't actually need to hit any buttons for these, so I'm not going to boop every single time they move. But yeah, there's a little trick we can do in this level where instead of grabbing that egg from the right side where we're closer, if we go to the left, the cycles will line up just a little bit better and we can save about, I think it's like 20 frames.
Oh, wow.
So nice. Now I'm into level 40 here. So this is the level I was talking about before. So there's a glitch in this game where if an egg lands somewhere it doesn't expect to, then it becomes completely uncollectible for the rest of the level. So I'm actually going to reset here because I saw the trajectory of that one. So if you look in the bottom right, there's one that'll land on one of those moving platforms. I have to wait for that to land before I hit the button. Otherwise, when I get there, I'll land on it and it just won't budge. And because I don't have all the babies, I can't go back home, and it's a giant nuisance. So as long as I wait for it, it shouldn't be an issue. And of course, that's like 30 seconds into the level, so that's a pretty hefty time loss if that happens.
There you go.
All right, so coming into World 5 here, with this being a very historically accurate game, our next location is going to be Antarctica. No, the other place that the Dodos lived.
Makes sense.
And since we're in Antarctica, of course we are going to see Yetis. Because apparently when the Yeti is not making shirts for this event, they spend their free time terrorizing innocent dodos. Listen, you do you. I'm not gonna judge. Yeah, these next few levels are pretty chill, so we've got time for like 2 donations probably.
Winging it. We have $100 that came in from Deject that says, so happy to have GDQ back. Much love to everyone putting on the show again. Thank you so much, Deject. Phoenix Captain also sent in $5 and says, this run is absolutely excellent. Thank you so much for the continuing Dodo puns this morning. Puns for a great cause, puns for Doctors Without Borders. Sorry, Doctors Without Borders. I apologize.
And on top of puns, we also have more facts. So are y'all ready for the next one?
Absolutely.
So the closest live-in relative to the dodo is believed to be the Nicobar pigeon.
Oh, that was one of the ones I looked up to.
Yep. Yeah, they are native to, if I'm not mistaken, the Solomon Islands, Palau, and certain parts of India. So they have one up on the dodos because they decided, hey, maybe we shouldn't live right next to a volcano. We actually don't want to go extinct.
Chat, you better be writing this down. Remember, there is a test.
Yes, I won't forget. So as we get closer and closer, oh no, oh my gosh, just barely beat that Yeti. So as we're about to enter level 48 here, we're actually going to see the real life predator of the dodo. So spef, do you have any idea what that could possibly be? Like, give me your best guess.
Oh, is it a dinosaur? Because it's an extinct bird and dinosaurs are also extinct?
It's not a dinosaur, you're not too far off. I'll give you one more guess.
All right. Is it, avalanches based on this level?
Avalanches. Another good guess. Still incorrect. Asuka, do you have any idea what it could possibly be?
Bad RNG?
That's a killer for this game, not in real life,
Right.
though.
Fair. I give up.
All right, well, I will say when we get there, which is going to be in a few seconds here. So, all good guesses all around, but the true predator of the dodo is, of course, the bowler hat yeti. As we all learned in school, clearly.
Yeah, that was on my bingo card.
Yeah, the bowler hat yeti is basically just a yeti, but instead of ramming us, they throw snowballs because I guess that's more efficient.
It's Odd Job of Yetis, and I love it.
See, I just don't understand why they're so angry. My best guess is that the bowler hats they're wearing are the same ones from Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, gosh.
Like, that would kind of explain it, but unfortunately, I don't think they got the rights to any Disney properties, so much like the Dodo itself, I'm not sure Disney would let that fly.
That would be awful foul of them if they did.
A little bit. And this level has a neat little trick where the Yeti you see on the left there, I can manipulate it from a completely different part of the level. If I don't die, I'm actually gonna reset that from the map because that could screw up cycles.
That one Yeti took personal offense.
He knew what came coming. Yeah, so right down here in the bottom left here, if I go all the way to the top with this melon, the Yeti will actually go aggressive on me, even though I'm nowhere near him. And that should open up a path for me to get this egg nice and safely and get back home.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're in the home stretch here. This is World 6, and it's basically a conglomeration of all the previous levels we've seen. So we'll see at least one of every single enemy we've seen thus far. So we've got the lizards, we've got the crabs. We also have these bounce pads that will take us and all our babies to a different part of the map. So they're pretty useful for getting around quick.
It's how the Dodos got to feel like they were flying once.
Yeah. Oh, wait till we hit level 53. They'll do that all the time. This level, though, so it has kind of a neat dynamic where it's like there's a shorter, safer path and a longer, faster path. I say faster because there are melons. But before we take either, we definitely want to clear out those monkeys because on the return trip, they are a menace if you don't get rid of them immediately. Like, there can be only one left, but because your trail is so long at this point, they will almost always hit one of your babies.
So if you pick up 2 of those watermelons at the same time, does it further increase your speed, or is it just the same?
It increases the duration. It doesn't actually
okay.
like double your speed further. That would be insanely
That would
broken
be
if that was
awesome.
the case. Oh my gosh. That's a massive missed opportunity right there. And so here we're just like flying around as much as we possibly can.
How fun was it to route that specific level?
Less than it should have been because it's like very clear where you're meant to go and like the path you're meant to take. This one, on the other hand, like if you reset here, there is an island south of us with 2 lizards, but I swear these are the only 2 lizards that actually cooperate consistently if you reset. So it puts them on a slightly better cycle here. Otherwise, we'd have to wait, I think, like 4 or 5 seconds for them to light up nicely.
Gotcha.
And then there is like a very quick like 2-frame trick I could have done there that could get us past lizards just a little bit more quickly, but I'm not entirely sure it saves any time because you still have to wait on the cycles of the lizards afterwards. But yeah, last 2 levels, again, this is another auto-scroller, so Spef, this is your last time for some donations, so let's hear them.
Excellent. We have $100 that came in from the Sound Defense for Doctors Without Borders that says, this Dodo looks like she's had a bit too much coffee. Yeah, but you know, if it makes us go fast, it makes us go fast. We also had Jonathan who sent in $25 and says, first donation of this GDQ. I always look forward to GDQ and love what you do for MSF. Here's a $25 donation for the bonus Quake 2 level. Well, thank you so much, and we are well on our way to that bonus twist level for Quake 2 later today, so thank you already so much for your generous donations. We also had Incredible Mr. H donate for that Quake 2 run, $25, and says, Quake 2 owns, dude. I can't wait to pog and holler at the absolute debauchery that occurs during that run. Well, thank you so much for donating towards that incentive.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
That looked like a really tight window on that last one.
It is as tight as it looks, but yeah, since we come up on the end here, I just real quick want to thank JDQ for allowing me to run this game. I'm very surprised that it actually got accepted, but hey, we're here. I also want to point out that as of right now, I am the only person who has run this game. So if any of you are interested in this at all, I am more than happy to teach you because this game deserves way more runners than it has.
And Slam is a good egg, 100%.
I do my best.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so level 58 here, a bunch of spike cycles. It's a lot safer than it looks. Again, all I have to do is make sure you just keep on moving. But yeah, there'll be like, the entire right island is completely littered with them, and I'm just gonna go around them like it's like there's no tomorrow. All right, 2 more levels. This next one was actually really fun to route because there are so many like different paths you can take. I'm not gonna take the most optimal. It is like a second faster, but it is much, much more dangerous and much more dependent on lizard RNG.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna go down here, get this egg, and do a bunch of hopping around. All right, so we're headed into the last level now. And if you've ever played a Mario Maker level that was basically just nothing but enemy spam, this is the Dodo Peak equivalent to that. So anytime we go to the bottom part of the map here, we definitely need invincibility, otherwise it's a death wish. You'll see that very quickly here. Yeah, so we got monkeys, we got crabs, we got the whole kit and caboodle. Time will be when I return home with all the babies, by the way, so get ready on that. And one last melon for the road. And time.
GG.
Thank you, thank you. Ooh, Nelly, that was pretty Dodo-tastic if I do say so myself.
That was
That was a
really good
24, holy mackerel. Yeah, that is really good for for a marathon run. For reference, my record is a 23:50, so within a minute of that is insane.
Yeah.
Thank you, Asuka, for being my co-commentator.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you all enjoyed the run, and I hope you all learned something today. Asuka, what was your favorite lesson?
That we looked up the same thing about the closest
Nico Bar
relative,
pigeon,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
with words.
Hey, sweet. I've been Uncle Slam. Stay tuned for Ninja Gaiden coming up after this, and until we meet again, take it easy. Peace out.
Bye-bye.